Welcome to the WFTDA's Twitch TV channel for the 2019 JRDA Championships. I'm Scott Chicken. I will be with you for this second game, or game number 2 of the female division. First game on the yellow track today for the female division. This is between the FOCO Spartans and the Rocky Mountain Roller Punks Mite Club. They've played a few times because, you know, they're very close to each other. Maybe you don't know. Fort Collins, Denver, not far apart. We are in Loveland, sort of in between, so I think this might be neutral ground, but then again, maybe not. We'll just have to wait and see how the game goes. FOCO is currently the number 7 seed. They are ranked number 7 in the JRDA as of the July rankings. Rocky Mountain, the number 10 seed, currently ranked 12th in the Junior Roller Derby Association. If you've never watched roller derby, I'm going to give you some play-by-play. I'm going to give you some tips on how the game works. And right now I'm going to mention that we've got a roster of teams. And skaters, rather, for teams. For FOCO, they will be in purple. Number 187, Popper. Number 203 is Mad Splatter. 204, Hippie. 256, Rage. 27, Sam I Am. Number 3, Banana Split Your Lip. Number 35, Skull Crusher. Number 4, Mad Hattie. Number 49, Katakazam. Number 55, Sassy Squatch. 71, Sunny Days. 713 is Alex. Number 8, A Breeze of Wind. 801 is Scully. Number 96 is Bella. And on the red side of the table, the Rocky Mountain Roller Punks Mite Club. Skating in red, number 13, Jawbreaker. 18 is Nusi. Number 180, Black Star. Number 19, Tearing Around. Number 2, Catastrophic. Number 24 is 2x4. 26, Reverse Chaology. Number 303 is Jax. 31, Reckless Rider. Number 5, Mad Madeline. Number 55, Poison Ivy. 789 is Hannah Boric Rage. And number 90, Wee Bonnie Bruiser. Roller derby played in a series of jams. Each jam lasts for 2 minutes or until it stops. Jam can be called at any time by the lead jammer. Lead jammer will be the first skater with the star. You can see them on the left of your screen lined up at that line. First skater with the star to cleanly work their way through the pack is designated as the lead jammer. We are about to start. FOCO sending out number 71, Sunny Days. Number 13 is Jawbreaker, jamming for Rocky Mountain. Jawbreaker pushing towards the inside. Sunny Days caught up and now looking to the outside, but Jawbreaker first lead jammer for Rocky Mountain. With that designation, as you can see when they come back onto the view, you will see the referee pointing at her. And taps the hips 2 times. That ends the jam. The lead jammer able to call off the jam at any time. And they also pick up points on that second time through in every subsequent pass. For everyone they pass legally and standing up in bounds, they get a point. So 1-0 is our first jam score. And the female division underway on track number 2, known as the yellow track because of that handy yellow tape on the outside. Next jamming for Rocky Mountain is Reverse Chaology up against Banana Split Your Lip. And Banana Split Your Lip is through quickly. First lead jammer of the game in jam number 2 for FOCO. Reverse Chaology with the star in hand. Jammers are allowed to take the star off. Once you take it off, you aren't able to earn lead jammer, but since lead jammer has already been awarded, that's not an issue. At least under these WFTDA rule set. Reverse Chaology trying to work out the front, but held up by a tripod of FOCO defenders. Meanwhile, Banana Split Your Lip is through, picks up 4 points. FOCO now on the board in our first lead change of the game, 4-1. The FOCO Spartans of Fort Collins, Colorado, 4 more for Banana Split Your Lip. As a star pass done, the pivot, who has the stripe. You will see number 19 come in a moment, I hope. Although by that time she'll have the star. The pivot is allowed to accept the jammer star from the jammer. They then earn the rights of scoring points. Can't become lead jammer, but they can pick up points, unfortunately, at this point. Your number 19, Tearing Around, who had the star for Rocky Mountain, not getting points, so we sit at 12-1 with 27 minutes and 40 seconds to go. In the first period, game is played in 2 30-minute halves with a little break of 10 to 15 minutes in between. We've now got number 18, Nusi, set to jam for Rocky Mountain. And I believe that's 204 Hippie. Ready to jam for FOCO. Nusi cutting to the outside. Hippie choosing the inside lane. Big pile up in the middle of the pack. Hippie shouldering forward, takes a big shoulder check and knocked down at the front. That was number 789, Hannah Boric Rage, but Hippie back up and through. Lead jammer, second straight jam for FOCO. And our first jammer penalty, as Nusi now sitting in the box along with two teammates. So a 4-on-2 pack advantage for FOCO and an easy run through the pack for Hippie. FOCO setting up in a passive-aggressive offensive set. Trying to sweep to the outside. Hippie a little bit held up by number 2, Catastrophic, but is able to get through as the penalty ends, and Nusi is back into the pack. Hippie forced out of bounds. Nusi finds room on the inside, clears, completing the initial. Nusi now eligible for points. Hippie is lead jammer. May call off, but chooses to wait a moment, possibly a moment too long, as Nusi picks up a couple of points. But 9 total for FOCO takes them to 21. Rocky Mountain now with 3. We are on Twitch TV, so you can, of course, comment. One of the joys of Twitch. I'll try to answer those that I can. And, of course, if you are Twitch commenting something that may be not appropriate, it'll be moderated, because that's what the moderators are for. And I'm not saying you should keep them busy, but just know that they are there for all of our protection. Sunny Days, number 71, jamming for FOCO, and his lead jammer calls off the jam very quickly before Jawbreaker could get to the pack. 2 more up for FOCO. We are happy to have you with us today for this fantastic tournament live on Twitch TV. If you like what you're seeing, join us for free games from the 2019 postseason right here on Twitch TV. You can get the full schedule at WFTDA.tv. And thanks to our friends at the WFTDA for helping with this stream for the JRDA Championships 2019. Reverse Chaology jamming for Rocky Mountain. Sunny Days with the star for FOCO. Neither jammer assessed lead yet. Rocky Mountain with a 1 skater disadvantage in the pack. And Sunny Days is through. Sunny Days jamming and getting lead in 2 straight jams. Sunny Days now held up. A forearm penalty thins out the Rocky Mountain pack. Reverse Chaology pushing at the front, but held tight as FOCO waterfalling around. A nice offensive attempt from Hannah Boric Rage as the pack stretches out. And now Sunny Days into the penalty box. So power jam in place for Reverse Chaology. And FOCO with the power jam kill, forcing Reverse Chaology out of bounds and rolling her back. The jammer, or any skater that is knocked out of bounds, has to come in bounds behind the skater that hit them out and any skaters that they had not yet passed. So if you knock someone out and you roll back, forces, in this case, the jammer to move back and give more space. Now there's a star pass for Rocky Mountain, handing off to number 2, Catastrophic. Beautiful strategy, passing it right over the top of the pack. Lead jammer not an option, as the lead jammer, Sunny Days, had been to the penalty box. Trip to the penalty box, loses you lead jammer right, so this jam going the full 2 minutes or 20 seconds remaining. As Sunny Days bounces around and is now on a power jam. As Rocky Mountain's jammer sitting in the penalty box. Believe that is Catastrophic, although the board's still saying Reverse Chaology. Sunny Days grabs 4 more just before time runs out on the jam. 1 point up for Rocky Mountain's Catastrophic. So if you're scoring at home, and I certainly hope you are, that point going to skater number 2, who collected the star. FOCO sends Hippie back out to jam number 2, Catastrophic. Starting the jam in the penalty box, is standing in the box. That means there's under 10 seconds to go in the penalty, but Hippie says, I'm just going to run through the pack anyway and grab lead jammer. Hippie now swinging in on the scoring pass, cuts to the outside and finds a lane. 4 points up. Catastrophic held up at the front by the tripod with an outrider. Number 187 for FOCO. That's Popper acting as the bridge. The pack has to stay together, and sometimes that requires someone to stand in between the two chunks of skaters to keep everyone legally in play. 4 points up for Hippie. 8 total on the jam. FOCO now at 43. Rocky Mountain held at 4. Another star pass for Rocky Mountain. Star now in the hand of Taryn around number 19. Taryn forced out of bounds. And finally, a nice little hopping move on the inside. Clears the pack and begins to put the star on the helmet. Now the pivot can carry the star, or the jammer can carry the star as long as they want. They can't score points if the star isn't on the helmet. So Taryn around puts it on before engaging the pack and collects 1 point. Hippie grabbing 4 more. A 12-point jam. FOCO now 47, Rocky Mountain 5. All right, term and alcohol, I won't bother the mods. I know they want to watch Derby too, but they have to have a job, and that part of that job is moderating. Hippie staying on the track. Lined up against Jawbreaker. And Jawbreaker, Rocky Mountain jumping through. Oh, but cuts the track, not lead jammer. I heard the whistle, thought it was a lead jam, but no. Must have landed out of bounds and rolled back in and continued skating. Hippie forced out. Only 2 blockers on the track for Rocky Mountain right now, so FOCO moving on to the offensive, and Hippie breaks free. Lead jammer, 6 straight jams that FOCO has had lead, and the score definitely showing it. Hippie swings to the outside. Rocky Mountain reinforced back to 3 on the track, still awaiting the return of their jammer and pivot, both of whom are in the penalty box. But both standing and about to be released. Hippie collects the first 4 points of the jam and bounces off the wall. And FOCO turning from offense to defense, one of the joys of roller derby. You got to play both positions at the same time. And a star pass off from Rocky Mountain. Star now on in the hands and on the helmet of number 90, Wee Bonnie Bruiser. No points for Rocky Mountain. Another 4 for Hippie, taking FOCO to 55. Rocky Mountain 6. 19 minutes to go in the period. Next up for FOCO, number 801, Scully. Jamming against Reverse Chaology for the Rocky Mountain Roller Punks Mike Club in red, and lead jammer going to Reverse Chaology, number 26. Scully finally clears Reverse Chaology. Tries to jump the corner. Lands out of bounds. Calls off the jam from her knees. The refs will confer. No points for FOCO. They will stay at 55. Looking like 2 coming in for Rocky Mountain. Takes them to 8. FOCO lining up at the jammer line. Rocky Mountain slowly rolling back. As we will have number 49, Catechasm, jamming for FOCO. Nusi with the star for Rocky Mountain, but cuts the track. So no lead jammer, just a penalty and a power jam now for FOCO. And also looks like we had an illegal star pass at some point there. So, maybe not. Maybe it was a successful star pass followed by a penalty. So we got a power jam now. Nusi released. Catechism no longer the jammer. I'll get the number and info on the pivot as soon as they come out of the box and I can see the number. But meanwhile, Nusi is released through and has completed the initial pass. Nusi held up. FOCO's former pivot turned jammer number 2003, Mad Splatter, also out of the penalty box. And also completes the initial. So both jammers now eligible for points. We got 50 seconds left on this jam. Neither can call it off because no one was ever assigned lead. I have to believe Catechism heard the whistle and thought that was a announcement of lead jammer rather than a penalty, and removed the helmet cover to pass it off, trying to spring the star free. A large swirl in the center of the pack. Both jammers caught up as FOCO sheds a blocker to the penalty box. Nusi pushing on the sled towards the front. One skater to beat, now getting reinforcement at the front, and Nusi is clear with 4 points. First complete 4-point pass for Rocky Mountain in the game. Now, if you haven't watched roller derby in a year or so, and you haven't paid attention, you might wonder why. Why did Nusi only get 4 points on this second pass, Scott Chicken? I will tell you, it's because we got rid of the jammer lap point earlier this season. So every pass, maximum of 4 points, unless certain things happen, which they didn't. So just go with the 4. An 8-4 Rocky Mountain Jam win takes them to 16. FOCO sitting at 59. And we reset with number 71, Sunny Days, jamming for FOCO. 13, Jawbreaker with the star for Rocky Mountain. FOCO one skater shy in the pack. But that will not last as number 49, Catechism, released from the penalty box. Jawbreaker through as lead jammer. Sunny Days not far behind. And Jawbreaker calls off the jam before anyone can score anything. So 2019 International WFTDA Playoffs and Championships, those are coming up, plus your Continental Cups. Whether you're participating on the track, cheering in the stands, or watching on WFTDA.tv. The WFTDA tournaments provide everyone who loves roller derby an opportunity to witness the most anticipated matchups of the year. So head over to WFTDA.com/tournaments for all the information you could want. But meanwhile, we're going to watch Reverse Chaology jam against Banana Split Your Lip. Reverse Chaology pushing to the front. Banana Split Your Lip racing around the outside and is clear first lead jammer. This is Banana Split Your Lip's first jam since jam number 2. And Banana Split Your Lip hops through, calls off the jam, gets all 4 points, and holds Rocky Mountain scoreless. So we sit 63-16 with 13:40 to go in the first period. .204 Hippie with the star for FOCO. And number 18, Nusi, set to jam for Rocky Mountain. Hippie forced to the out on the outside. Nusi just trying to push as much as possible right up the middle. Neither jammer now getting much traction, and just as I say it, Hippie breaks loose to the inside. Grabs lead jammer as Nusi passes off the star. Or perhaps just pulls it off the helmet. Pulls it off the helmet and is running up the outside. I thought I saw the handoff, but then I'm like, why is the pivot still blocking? Meanwhile, Hippie is through, 4 points up. As Nusi sent to the penalty box for illegal procedure. So power jam going for Hippie. Hippie trying to work around the inside. Out of play called, and Hippie is free with 4 more. 8 total on the jam. 71 points for FOCO. Rocky Mountain still held at 16. Hippie slides in, calls off the jam, collects 3 points. An 11-point jam taking FOCO to 74. Once again, Rocky Mountain held at 16. So tickets for the 2019 International WFTDA Playoffs and Championships are on sale now. There are discount codes specially created for Junior Roller Derby participants. Get the codes and tickets at WFTDA.com/tickets. Sunny Days on the power start. Rolling through as lead jammer. Nusi, number 18, starting off in the penalty box. Now has been released and catches FOCO unawares, racing around the outside to complete the initial. But Sunny Days, with the power of space and time, grabs the 4 points, calls off the jam. Picks up 4, and Rocky Mountain calling for a timeout. Going to take a moment, regroup, as they are trailing, currently showing 74-16. I think we're missing, there's the 4 points. 78-16. FOCO in the lead. Winner of this game will move on to play Jacksonville this evening. Jacksonville, your number 2 seed. That game will be at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. The loser of this game will move on to play tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., also right here on the yellow track. If you're thinking of going to championships, which is going to be in Montreal, Canada, so why wouldn't you want to? WFTDA championships, there's only 3,000 of them available. That's live in Montreal, Canada, November 15th through 17th. Don't miss your chance to get tickets at WFTDA.com/tickets. And yes, this is track 2 if you've got notes at home of which games you want to watch. Track 2, known by the yellow tape on the inside and around the out. Track number 1 has pink tape. Jawbreaker jamming against Sunny Days. Sunny Days jammed in the last jam, but went, we got a timeout. I'm rested. We'll go again. And grabs lead jammer again as Jawbreaker also clear. Both jammers approaching the pack. 4-on-3 advantage for FOCO. Sunny Days calls off the jam. Did grab all 4, but 1 point sneak it in for Rocky Mountain, taking them to 17. And we reset with number 3, Banana Split Your Lip, set to jam for FOCO. And Reverse Chaology, number 26, jamming for Rocky Mountain. You saw number 187, Popper, running back, thinking that they'd knocked the jammer out. Not the case. Banana Split Your Lip is through. Lead jammer, FOCO, 5 straight lead jammers over the last 5 jams. Nice little hop on the inside line. Banana Split Your Lip grabs the 4 points. Number 26, Reverse Chaology, however, able to grab 3 on the outside. That takes Rocky Mountain to 20. FOCO now sitting at 86. And we've got 9.5 minutes to go in the first period. .204 is your jammer of record for FOCO. That is Hippie. Number 18, Nusi, with the star for Rocky Mountain. Nusi swings around the outside of her pack, pushing now against the FOCO wall, and Hippie not getting anywhere against the Rocky Mountain wall either. Number 19 tearing around, breaking off for Rocky Mountain to start playing some offense. And picking up a penalty in the process. I think that was direction of play called, so now only 3 blockers on the track. as FOCO sends back Mad Hattie to try and spring things free for Hippie, and that works perfectly. However, FOCO also losing a blocker to the penalty box, so both teams now even at 3 apiece. Hippie going straight into the tripod. Not challenging the edges, just going up the middle, then bounces to the front as Rocky Mountain had waterfalled up ahead, but not able to stop Hippie. And Nusi also now free. Completes the initial pass. Hippie with 4 points in the hat already. Picks up 4 more on the second run through. An 8-0 run. FOCO now at 94, Rocky Mountain. 28 minutes to go in the first period. And Brawlin' Barbie, 1959, I completely agree. These are some gorgeous walls from both teams. The defense game in this going heavy. We've only had a couple of 3-pass passes or pass jams so far this game. A lot of one and done. Reverse Chaology jamming against Scully. Scully picks up lead jammer. That's number 801 for FOCO. Meanwhile, Reverse Chaology stretches the pack out as far as possible and finally clears. Scully hears the cry from the coaches to call off the jam. Does so. 3-0 is the jam score. FOCO now knocking at the door of 197 points, 20 for Rocky Mountain. Rocky passes the star back to number 13, Jawbreaker. FOCO sends out number 49, Catechasm. Rocky Mountain a 4-on-3 advantage in the pack and successfully squishing the FOCO defense into one blob in the middle. And that lets Jawbreaker grab lead. First lead jam for Rocky Mountain since jam number 10. And quickly dancing around the outside for 4 points. Jawbreaker collecting the points. Catechasm now star in hand, caught up at the back of the pack, looking to pass to the pivot, and does so. Successful star pass to number 55. Number 55 is Sassy Squash. Meanwhile, Jawbreaker collects 8 on the jam, taking Rocky Mountain at 28 and holding FOCO at 97. Down under 6 minutes to go in the period. 71 sunny days with the star for FOCO in purple. Meanwhile, Rocky Mountain in red sends out number 26, Reverse Chaology. And the penalty box empty for the moment. We'll see if the announcer curse plays in, and it fills up immediately. So far, no dice, and sunny days. Juking around the inside edge to grab lead jammer. And a quick star pass off. Reverse Chaology handing it off to number 19. That is tearing around. As Sunny Days grabs the 4, calls off the jam, and that will take FOCO to 101. 28 Rocky Mountain. Thanks for joining us here live on Twitch. If you're curious about what makes a back block, a track cut, or other of the penalties, and rules, well, you can visit WFTDA.com/new, and you can find a downloadable roller derby cheat sheet that you can use, not to cheat, but to understand. Banana Split Your Lip, jamming against Nusi. Banana Split Your Lip for FOCO in purple, Nusi jamming for Rocky Mountain in red. Banana Split Your Lip number 3 up at the front, pushing Nusi number 18, trapped at the back by the tripod of FOCO, and Banana Split Your Lip is through lead jammer. As FOCO sheds a blocker to the penalty box. Banana Split Your Lip, yeah, dumped over, and the foot landed out of bounds. Came back in, did not roll out of bounds again. That is a cut track penalty and a power jam now for Rocky Mountain as Rocky loses a blocker to the penalty box. Rocky Mountain's Nusi Still the Jammer has the star in hand, now going up one-on-one with Popper, but Popper backed up as Mad Hattie comes in to slow things down, and Nusi finally clears the pack, puts the star back on the helmet. That completes the initial pass. We got 50 seconds of jam time left. Rocky Mountain trying to do some offensive work, but FOCO successfully resisting and pushing everyone to the outside. And the power jam kill almost complete as Banana Split Your Lip back in play. Tumbling over the back of the Rocky Mountain pack, and 187 Popper again opening an inside lane. Banana Split Your Lip is through, 4 points up. FOCO. Nusi on the scoring pass, but still held up in the pack. As FOCO drops Popper to the penalty box. Banana Split Your Lip through for a second 4-point run. Time ticking down, 5-4 to go in the jam. Rocky Mountain losing another, and the jam comes to a close. Nusi did collect all 4. Now in roller derby, you just have to get your hips in front. If you're the jammer, get your hips in front of one of the other team's blockers, and whether they end up in front of you again doesn't matter. You've already got their point, so you can never get out of the pack and still get all the points. That was the case with Nusi. As we got 20 seconds on the, or 22 minutes and 20 seconds, that's the word I'm trying to say, left in the period, so enough for 1 or 2 jams. As we got Sunny Days, number 71 for FOCO, number 13, Jawbreaker jamming for Rocky Mountain, and Sunny Days very quickly through the pack and lead jammer. As it's not quite the micro pack, but there aren't many blockers on the track right now. For FOCO, we've got 2, and for Rocky Mountain, 3. So a lot of swirling and a lot of speed as Sunny Days is through with 4 points. FOCO able to catch Jawbreaker. Now the pack stretching out. Out of play declared, and that forces the FOCO blockers to let Jawbreaker go. Sunny Days grabs 4 more. Calls off the jam. Takes FOCO to 117. 4 up for Rocky Mountain, takes them to 36. So 117-36, minute 20 to go in our first period. Hippie back with the star for FOCO. And number 26, Reverse Chaology. Set to jam for Rocky Mountain. Rocky with a 4-on-2 advantage in the pack, leaving the 3 back for defense. Sending 1 blocker forward, number 5. That is Mad Madeline playing offense and breaking her jammer free. Reverse Chaology lead jammer. Only the 5th lead jammer of the half for Rocky Mountain, as FOCO has been locking down on the defense and also breaking their jammers free. Reverse Chaology makes it past the 2 blockers for FOCO, as FOCO now down to just 1 blocker on the track currently, as space had opened in the penalty box. They're getting a break from the box shortly. But still an easy pass through for Reverse Chaology. Second run, 4 more points. Hippie finally out, completing the initial pass, as we got 10 seconds of half period clock left. Jam will go until the jam ends. As the period clock extends past, the jam now ends. We'll see if anyone calls a timeout before the period clock ends. No, they did not. So we are at halftime. Hey, look, I'm back on the screen. All right, at the half, FOCO leads 117-44. Winner of this game, as I mentioned, moves on to play Jacksonville at 7 p.m. this evening. The loser will play tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the consolation bracket. We're going to take a 15-minute break or so. We will be back with more of FOCO versus Rocky Mountain. You are watching WFTDA's Twitch TV channel, the JRDA 2019 Championships. I'm Scott Chicken, and we'll be back in like 10 minutes. Welcome back to the second half of FOCO Spartans versus Rocky Mountain Roller Punks Mike Club. I'm Scott Chicken. You are watching the 2019 JRDA Championships right here live on WFTDA's Twitch.tv channel. A couple of stats from the first half. Looking at lead jammer, if you watch the first half, you know that FOCO was dominating there. FOCO had lead 16 times, 5 for Rocky Mountain. We did have that 1 no lead jammer jam. On the penalty side, I I guess FOCO is leading there as well, but only slightly. FOCO has a total of 17 penalties, 19 for Rocky Mountain. FOCO's number 2003, Mad Splatter, is leading all penalty havers with 5. They also have Popper with 3, a couple with 2, and the rest with 1. On the Rocky Mountain side, Nusi has 4, Catastrophic with 3, and Mad Madeline with 3, as well as Wee Bonnie Bruiser with 3. So nobody in dire trouble for penalties, although Mad Splatter probably should be a little careful because while you have 7 to give, do you really want to foul out? Generally not. At least I don't. If you're enjoying watching Roller Derby here on Twitch, and thank you for tuning in, don't forget that the WFTDA postseason is coming up, and they have got a combined season combo pass, watch pass thing. If you head to WFTDA.tv, you can find the watch pass link there. And if you use the offer code or coupon code WFTDA Roby-Doby, that's Roby-Doby with B's, you can save 20%. And 20% is, it's not 100%, but it's certainly better than 0. So head over to WFTDA.tv, pick up your watch pass, and use that code WFTDA Roby-Doby, all one word, to save 20%. Winner of this game, as I mentioned in the last half, goes on to face Jacksonville tonight on this very track at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. The loser gets to come back to this track early in the morning, 9 a.m. Female division will start off tomorrow, and they will play the loser of our upcoming game between the Seattle Derby Brats Galaxy Girls and the Rose City Rosebuds All-Stars. But now we're back to roller derby, or Roby-Doby if you prefer, and sometimes I do. We got Jawbreaker jamming against Sunny Days. Sunny Days, number 71 for FOCO, is out first and is the lead jammer. Jawbreaker, number 13 for Rocky Mountain, gives chase and forces the quick call-off. So a 0-0 jam to start the half. We stay where we ended the first half, 117 to 44. And Sunny Days, as she did a couple of times in the first half, says, that was not enough skating. I'm going to just stay out here and do a second jam in a row. This time going against number 26, a reverse chaology for Rocky Mountain. Rocky Mountain in red, FOCO in purple. And sneaking around the outside, reverse chaology grabs lead jammer, also on a power jam as the back block, sending Sunny Days to the penalty box. So reverse chaology and Rocky Mountain now ready to score as they sweep forward to try and get FOCO out of the way. FOCO doing a good job of staying ahead. Reverse chaology dancing with the inside line. Wisely rolls back outside and back behind the pack as number 187 Popper picks up another penalty. That takes her to 4. I'll try and keep track of the penalties, but there's a lot going on. I might miss a few. Meanwhile, Sunny Days out of the box, pushes through, completes the initial pass. Reverse chaology calls off the jam from her knees, picks up 3 points. 0 points up for FOCO. So we are at 47 to 117. Coming up next on this track, you probably saw them warming up during halftime. We will have the Open Division coming up next. That will be the number 3 seed Tampa Bay versus the number 6 seed Mob City. As we have got a full 12 hours, roughly, of roller derby today, coming to you from the ranch in Loveland, Colorado, courtesy of WFTDA's Twitch.tv channel. Now number 18, Nusi jamming for Rocky Mountain, up against Banana Split Your Lip, number 3 for FOCO, and Banana Split Your Lip is out and clear, lead jammer, and Nusi off to the penalty box. So power jam for Banana Split Your Lip. That is Nusi's 5th penalty, I believe. So Nusi needing to be a little more careful, maybe not give up, certainly don't give up 4 penalties this half. That would be bad. Banana Split Your Lip. Second scoring pass through. 4 more points on the board. And dancing on the outside corner, calls off the jam, locking, or not locking Nusi in the boxes. I believe Nusi had just been released. So 12 points up for FOCO, takes them to 129. Rocky Mountain sitting at 47. Rocky Mountain sends out number 13, Jawbreaker, to jam against Hippie, number 204 for FOCO. And if you're well, of course you're watching on Twitch because otherwise you wouldn't hear my voice. Heroin B.O.B. has put in the WFTDA Roby-Doby code for your watch pass for the WFTDA postseason. Jawbreaker picking up a penalty, a back block on that. Heads to the penalty box. Hippie is out and is your lead jammer. And FOCO on the power jam. Once again with that delayed offensive sweep strategy, Hippie takes a shoulder from number 2, Catastrophic, and Catastrophic heads to the penalty box for the impact. Hippie is through, 4 points up. Sweep to the outside by FOCO. Hippie is through again, second 4-point run as Jawbreaker released from the penalty box. Hippie swings to the outside, dives back through again, does not call off the jam, as a direction of play penalty called. That distracted me tearing around for Rocky Mountain heading to the penalty box. And Jawbreaker finally clear. Hippie calls off the jam, got 2 more for her trouble. A 14-0 run, 143-47, 24 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the game. Now back with number 26, Reverse Chaology jamming for Rocky Mountain 71, Sunny Days with the star for FOCO. Reverse Chaology pushing to the front and shouldered out. That was number 55 with the shoulder hit. And we are seeing Reverse Chaology a bit shaken up on the play. So our medics will come out and check in. While we take this break, I want to say that we're certainly happy to have you with us today for this fantastic tournament live on Twitch. If you like what you're seeing, join us for live free games from the 2019 WFTDA postseason right here on Twitch TV. Get the full schedule at WFTDA.tv. And while you're there, you can also pick up your watch pass for the 2019 postseason. Postseason starting up, oh my gosh, in like 2 weeks. I think, maybe 3. I'm bad with dates. August 9th through 11th will be the WFTDA Continental Cup North America West coming to us out of Orem, Utah. That'll be followed on the 23rd through the 25th of August with the Continental Cup North America East in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We'll then move on to International WFTDA Playoffs September 6th through 8th in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And the following weekend, September 13th through 15th, coming to you from Seattle, Washington. We then have our Continental Cup Europe, October 5th and 6th from Helsinki, Finland, and we round out the WFTDA postseason with international championships in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. That is November 15th through 17th. You can get Watch Pass for all of that and save 20% at WFTDA.tv using the code WFTDA Roby-Doby. What you won't get to see in any of that tournament is Banana Split Your Lip, because Banana Split Your Lip is skating for FOCO in the Junior Roller Derby Association Championships right now and is lead jammer. Nusi jamming for Rocky Mountain. As FOCO's jammer Banana Split Your Lip heads to the penalty box for an illegal contact call. So Nusi with the power jam and a full 2-minute jam for all of us as the pack speeding up. FOCO only 3 blockers on the track at the moment. Trying to bridge and stretch, rolling back is Popper. And now starting to open things up a bit as the fourth blocker returns to the pack, getting trapped up at the back, but working her way forward is number 96, Bella. Nusi now held up at the front. Popper holding on at the kickstand position. Playing some great 2-on-1 defense with number 8, Abriza Wind. Now joined into a tripod as Rocky Mountain also moving to the 3 defense, holding Banana Split Your Lip back. Each team one blocker in the penalty box. Banana Split Your Lip finally works around the outside and picks up 4 points. Now Banana Split Your Lip, of course, had lead, lost lead with that penalty. So we're going for another 15 seconds. Nusi pushing at the front, but no give to the pack. Banana Split Your Lip rolling it forward, hoping Sassy Squash would slide out of the way. Nothing doing. Knocked out of bounds and rolled back. Nusi continues to push as the jam comes to a close. And it's looking like Nusi had 4 points, Banana Split Your Lip 3 on that last pass through the pack. So Rocky Mountain with the 1 point grab on the jam, 8-7, picking up now 55. Rocky Mountain 150 for FOCO. Next up for FOCO jamming is Scully, number 801. And we got Jawbreaker, number 13, with the star for Rocky Mountain. Rocky Mountain now 2 blockers down. Scully grabs the lead. 3 blockers on the track for FOCO. And Jawbreaker is able to get through. And just as I say 3 blockers on the track for FOCO, now there's 1 because 2 have been sent to the box, and the one that was in the box is standing. So, rough bit of work for number 256, Rage. As Rage turning to offense, now getting a brief moment of assistance, but a back block called. And that back block sends number 8, Abriza Wind, back to the penalty box. So still 1-on-2. And Jawbreaker just doing laps as with the 1 blocker. Nothing going on. Finally, Scully calls off the jam after clearing out 2 of the skaters in the penalty box. Did collect 4, a 12-4 jam win for Rocky Mountain. And FOCO sitting at 154. So why didn't you call it off earlier? Well, a lot of people in the penalty box, and I think wanted to get those blockers back out. Now FOCO will start with 2 in the box rather than just 1 on the track. However, FOCO calling a team timeout to regroup and give some people some rest. So tickets, if you're going to go live to any of the International WFTDA playoffs or championships or the cups, are all on sale now. Discount codes have been specially created for Junior Roller Derby participants. If you are a Junior Derby skater, and yes, they will be checking IDs at the door, so you'll have to be within a certain age range, you can get a good discount. Get your codes and your tickets at WFTDA.com/tickets. You can also head to WFTDA.tv and look for the Watch Pass offer and use that Watch Pass code WFTDA ROBY-DOBY to save 20% on the combined Watch Pass. So you can watch all of the action on WFTDA.tv. There will also be some games broadcast live right here on Twitch during those playoffs. So if you'd rather stick with Twitch, you can see it there too. Sunny Days out with the star to start the jam for FOCO. Number 18, Nusi, with the star for Rocky Mountain. And Sunny Days going straight to defense. And then breaks loose. Sprints up the outside and just steals lead. Barely. That was like a half a step ahead. Nusi catches up, takes over, and forces the call off. And Sunny Days says, I've done 1 lap. I'm coming back out. I'm not going anywhere. Just going to stay on the line and wait for whoever Rocky Mountain sends out next. And that would be number 26, Reverse Chaology. So no score in that last jam. We sit 154-67. 19:30 to go in the game. Winner of this faces Jacksonville tonight at 7 p.m. Loser moves on to the first game tomorrow at 9 a.m. right here on track number 2/yellow track. Reverse Chaology up the outside. Lead jammer Rocky Mountain. Sunny Days also clear, but half a track behind as the pack's speeding up a bit. Both teams one shy in the pack, although FOCO getting relief shortly. And Reverse Chaology calls off the jam, grabbed 3. That takes Rocky Mountain to 70. And we sit 154-70. FOCO for our next jam, setting out Catechism to jam against number 13, Jawbreaker. Catechism for your in-home score sheet, number 49 on the FOCO lineup. FOCO back to full strength. Rocky Mountain one shy, but Jawbreaker lives up to the name, breaks right through the pack. Grabs lead jammer. As Catechism, now cap in hand, trying to find a lane through the pack, but Jawbreaker slicing through like butter. Quickly grabs the 4 points and keeps on going. Catechism taking shoulders left and right as Jawbreaker dives through for a second 4, 8 total rather on the jam. And star pass complete for FOCO. And number 55, Sassy Squash, taking advantage of the jammer's privilege to hit people anywhere you are. Knocking Jawbreaker to the track. And then jam is called off and skates back to the bench. So a 12-point jam for Jawbreaker, taking Rocky Mountain to 82 and holding FOCO scoreless for the third straight jam. FOCO sends out Banana Split Your Lip. See if that stems the tide of scoreless jams. Meanwhile, Nusi, number 18, jamming for Rocky Mountain. And Banana Split Your Lip is your lead jammer. Last time Banana Split Your Lip was jamming and had lead, they got called on an illegal contact penalty. This time clear through cleanly with 4 points. Nusi has passed the star off to the Rocky Mountain pivot, whose number inconveniently hidden by referees. As Banana Split Your Lip is through for 4 more. Pivot number 19, tearing around. Taryn is now clear, completes the initial passes, yet to put the star back on the hat, and jam is called off. 2 more points up for Banana Split Your Lip. 10 total, 164 now to 82. "71 Sunny Days with the star for FOCO, number 26, Reverse Chaology, jamming for Rocky Mountain. And Sunny Days sneaks through at the front, grabs lead jammer. And Sunny Days slicing through again as Reverse Chaology struggling to clear through. Sunny Days calls off the jam. And we will have an official timeout. I'd like to mention that the pack is here. You can get a 4-pack of 3-day tickets to either of the playoffs locations. So that would be either Seattle or Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You can get them for only $175. That's $85 off the regular price. Get your tickets now to the best events in roller derby at WFTDA.com/tickets. And if you are a junior skater watching and you're going to go to one of those, there are discount codes available for junior roller derby participants. Get those codes. Get the tickets. WFTDA.com/tickets. You can also go to WFTDA.tv to get your watch pass if you'd rather just watch it from the comfort of your couch, desk, and or wherever it is you're watching right now. I don't know, the beach? If you use the code WFTDA RobyDoby, you will save 20% on the season combo pass. So head to WFTDA.tv for all your watch pass options. And also be sure to keep your chat open because they're putting the links in it practically as I say it. 2 thumbs up, WFTDA.com Twitch TV moderators. As I mentioned, next on this track, game time scheduled for 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Adjust for your local time zone. We will shift back to the Open Division. And we will see Tampa Bay, number 3 seed, take on Mob City, the number 6 seed. This year at JRDA Championships, rather than doing 1 track for open and 1 track for female, they are doing 2 games at a time and then switching, or 2 games for each division and then 2 games for the next division. So you can see that in your bracket, which is available at the JRDA website, juniorrollerderby.org. So right now, were you to flip over to the other track, you could watch Kalamazoo and Queen City. Or since you're watching in squad mode, you can kind of see both games at once anyway, which is also super cool. So looking at some of the information that the teams provided to us, for Rocky Mountain, number 55, Poison Ivy, is aging out this season. Junior Roller Derby, once you turn 18, or if you're 18 before September 1st of the year, you are ineligible for that season. So skaters that turn 18 during the competitive season are in their final year. Poison Ivy likes to park skate and also strongly encourages everyone to wear their gear when doing so. And I got to say, safety first, or at least second or third. Also aging out for Rocky Mountain is number 180, Black Star, who just passed her cosmetology exams. So congratulations on that, Black Star. On the FOCO side, FOCO has 5 skaters aging out. Sunny Days, number 71, Banana Split Your Lip, number 3. Also, 801 Scully, number 96 Bella, and number 55 Sassy Squash, all aging out this season. So one of the interesting parts of following JRDA Junior Roller Derby is the turnover of the team, because with other leagues, skaters may come and go as they move or for whatever other reasons. But in Junior Derby, it's often just turned 18 and ready to move on to adult derby, college, jobs, whatever, but no longer eligible to play. So lineups can change significantly from year to year, which is one reason that drove the change in the JRDA ranking system this year, where instead of being a 12-month ranking period, it's now a 9-month average ranking period. So games from the prior season no longer factor when teams are selected for the championship tournament. Championship tournament taking the top 10, starting with the top 10 ranked teams that have completed the minimum game requirement for each division. So we end up here with the FOCO Spartans, your number 7 seed, also currently ranked number 7. Rocky Mountain Roller Punks, the number 10 seed, are currently ranked 12th in the JRDA. If you're curious about some of the penalties, like what makes a back block, or a track cut, or whatever else, want to bone up on your rules, head over to WFTDA.com/new. You can get a downloadable roller derby cheat sheet that will help you understand more of what's going on. What was just going on was we had a skater that was a bit injured, and so they had to send the medics over to the bench. Both medics were attending to that, and we have to have a couple ready to watch the game and pay attention before we can get back to going. So we now have our medics in position, and we are ready to resume with number 71, Sunny Days, jamming against Jawbreaker. Sunny Days pushing towards the front. Jawbreaker held up. Both teams with one blocker in the penalty box. And both teams waterfalling forward as the group gloms together. But Sunny Days for FOCO grabs lead jammer. FOCO in purple, Rocky Mountain in red. We got 14:23 to go in the game. FOCO leading 168-82. And Sunny Days coming through to add 4 more to that total. As Jawbreaker held up at the back of the pack. Now pushing slowly towards the front, but excellent defensive waterfalls again by FOCO to just roll to the front and stay in the way as Sunny Days breezes through the pack. Grabs a second 4-point run, taking FOCO to 176. And Sunny Days on the outside line this time. A third 4-point pass, 12 total on the jam. And finally, Jawbreaker is able to work out of the pack. 1:15 into the jam. Completes the initial. Sunny Days picks up 4 more, calls off the jam. A 16-point run, which I believe may be the largest jam. I think that's the largest jam for FOCO on the game. And that takes FOCO to 184. Rocky Mountain held at 82. FOCO sending Hippie back out to the line. Rocky Mountain sends number 26, Reverse Chaology. Reverse Chaology looking on the outside. Hippie going to the in, and Reverse Chaology heads to the penalty box. A blocking with the head call. You see high block a lot. Blocking with the head means the skater is initiating contact with their helmet. Not allowed to do that either. You can't hit someone in the head, and you can't hit someone with your head. So power jam for Hippie. And also lead jammer Hippie on the scoring pass now. As Rocky Mountain's setting up on the inside now, funneling Hippie to the outside and somehow keeping her feet in bounds on that inside lane. Collects 4 points. Hippie again ducking to the inside, grabs 4 more. As Reverse Chaology is released from the penalty box and back engaged, star in hand. Working towards the front, has the pivot as an escort at the front of the pack. But Hippie picks up the back block, so power jam now for Reverse Chaology. And Rocky Mountain Roller Punks Might Club. Reverse Chaology trying to work to the front. Has now passed the star off to the pivot, number 90, Wee Bonnie Bruiser. And Wee Bonnie Bruiser clears the pack, completes the initial, is putting the star on in the backstretch, and will have it on by the time she gets back to the pack. Hippie now out of the penalty box and re-engaged. Did not go for a jump. Thought she was lining up for a jump, but no. Choosing to engage on the ground instead. Wee Bonnie Bruiser, jam comes to a close. Collects 4 points. So if you're tracking at home, those 4 points go to number 90. That takes us to 86. Hippie collecting a couple more. 10 total, 194 for FOCO. 10.5 minutes to go in our game. And official timeout being called. Speaking of officials, let's mention them. Our officials for this game, TBD, Snarkamides. I should be able to pronounce that better because I've said it repeatedly, but I can't today. Bobtimus Prime, Melotrauma, Saren Gasp, Darth Bling, I Holy Waka Jolie, Boohag, and Hermione Mamer. We also have Admiral Mayhem, Ref in Peace, Carmen Dragon, Zero, Sheffery, Tim the Ref, Synapse Zing, and Black Belt Barbie. Thank you to all of our skating and non-skating officials. Couldn't do the game without y'all. If we did, it would just be people skating in a circle, making up points as they go. It would be like, I don't know, ultimate Frisbee on roller skates, only without Frisbees. And where's the fun in that? All right, official timeout whistled to a close. And we roll back Banana Split Your Lip with the star for FOCO number 18, Nusi, out to jam for Rocky Mountain. Nusi up the outside, grabs lead jammer, first lead jam for Rocky Mountain in 5 jams. Banana Split Your Lip. Also clear and giving chase. Oh, Nusi called for the back block, loses lead, heads to the penalty box. Banana Split Your Lip now on a power jam and slips through for 4 points and a 2-minute jam for all of us, or minute 28 to go for now. FOCO lined up and awaiting the return of Banana Split Your Lip. Now moves to sweep to the outside. And that opens the lane that Banana Split Your Lip needs to grab 4 points. 8 total on the jam as Nusi stands now in the penalty box. Under 10 seconds to go on the penalty. Banana Split Your Lip cutting inside to out. Spins back through. A cut track called on number 5 for Rocky Mountain. That is Mad Madeline. As 4 more points up for Banana Split Your Lip. Meanwhile, Nusi out of the penalty box. Back engaged with the pack. And trying to get the star to the pivot. Finally does. And your jammer now, once again, number 90, Wee Bonnie Bruiser. 2nd jam in a row that Wee Bonnie Bruiser has been on the receiving end of a star pass. Two points for Nusi on that run through the pack prior to the star pass. 4 on the board now for Wee Bonnie Bruiser. And Wee Bonnie Bruiser almost able to hold on. Did collect all 4 points, however, prior to going out of bounds. So a 16-10 jam takes us to 2:10.96. And we're down to 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the game. Number 801 Scully with the star for FOCO. Number 13 Jawbreaker will jam for Rocky Mountain. But first, we're going to take a team timeout. This timeout called by Rocky Mountain. Each team has 3 team timeouts that they can use during the game. They also have 1 official review during each half. The official review can be used either to request a change of a decision from the referees or to use as a timeout. But in this case, Rocky using an actual team timeout. Want to mention once again, there was only 3,000 tickets available for the 2019 championships coming live in Montreal. That's November 15th through 17th. Don't miss your chance to get tickets at WFTDA.com/tickets. Because what else are you going to do on a weekend in the middle of November than go to Montreal and watch roller derby? I don't know what you might do. Team timeout comes to a close. We regroup. Once again, Scully set to jam against number 13, Jawbreaker. FOCO in purple, Rocky Mountain in red. House announcer Tool Time riling up the crowd, as this isn't quite a home team bout, but both teams very close to this location. Denver and Fort Collins, neither very far away. Lead jammer going to Jawbreaker of Rocky Mountain. As Scully, nice little pirouette dance move on the inside lane to clear the pack. Jawbreaker, one skater to beat, being held back by Sassy Squash as far as the pack will go, and Sassy Squash called for the out-of-play block. That gives Jawbreaker 4 points through. Scully still working towards the front, but locked down again by the Rocky Mountain wall. Rocky Mountain's blockers getting very low and doing an excellent job of keeping the hips together. Oh, an out-of-bounds block called for number 13, Jawbreaker. Making contact with someone while out of bounds, that's not allowed. And that will be 30 seconds in the penalty box. And a 30-second power jam for Scully. Scully still on the initial pass, so no points being awarded yet for FOCO. As Rocky Mountain seriously on lockdown during this jam. FOCO trying to move forward to do some sweeping. A breeze of wind, not able to make enough contact yet to break free, but shouldering people left and right, now trying to box out. A blocker to stretch the pack back. Power jam done. Jawbreaker back engaged at the very right side of the screen. But 3 FOCO blockers there to hold on. As finally, I was incorrect. I guess clearly Scully had completed the initial pass, and that was the scoring pass with 4. Jam comes to a close. 8-8, 2:18, 104, and an official review being signaled by Rocky Mountain.
Official review call for Rocky Mountain.
I'd like to thank some of our sponsors. S1 Helmets, the S1 Lifer helmet constructed with EPS Fusion foam and is 5 times more protective than soft foam skate helmets. The S1 Lifer helmet passes the ASTM multiple impact test and the CPSC high impact test. Soft foam helmets fail both of these certification tests, and you know they're valid tests because they use initials. That's how you can tell. It's science. Speaking of science, the science of roller derby will be on display at the 2019 International WFTDA Playoffs, Championships, and Continental Cups. Let's run through those dates one more time because you can get tickets and watch passes for all of that at WFTDA.com/tickets or WFTDA.tv. Your Continental Cups, WFTDA Continental Cup North America West, coming to us out of Orem, Utah, hosted by Happy Valley Derby Darlings, will be August 9th through 11th. The North America East Continental Cup in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, hosted by Dutchland Derby Rollers, will be August 23rd through 25th. And our Continental Cup Europe, October 5th and 6th in Helsinki, Finland, hosted by the Kallio Rolling Rainbow. All right. Official review has come to a close. Saw a thumbs down from the other ref. So whatever they were asking for, they did not get it. That means that Rocky Mountain has used their official review for the half and cannot officially review any other penalties or other fines. Reverse Chaology out first, lead jammer. Being chased down by Sunny Days. Sunny Days throws a hip in, knocks Reverse Chaology down, and Reverse Chaology calls off the jam just before the FOCO jammer is able to reach the pack. So a 0-0 jam. And we sit 218 to 104. Down to the 5-minute mark. We'll see Banana Split Your Lip jamming against number 13, Jawbreaker.
Jawbreaker on the line for Rocky Mountain.
And Jawbreaker throws a shoulder right at the whistle because you can't hit someone before the whistle, so wait until it's exactly hits. And Jam stopped for the injury. We'll let our medics come out and attend.
I know.
And I'll mention our 4-pack again. The pack is here. Get a 4-pack of 3-day tickets to either of the playoff locations, your WFTDA playoff, international playoff locations. Winston-Salem, North Carolina. That's September 6th through 8th, hosted by Greensboro Roller Derby. And September 13th through 15th at Seattle, Washington, hosted by the Rat City Roller Derby. So you can get a 4-pack of 3-day tickets. So you and 3 friends can go to either of those locations. It'll only cost $175 total. That's $85 off the regular price. If I do my math, that's, I don't know, $21, $25 each that you're saving, something like that. Please check my math on your own. I don't have a calculator, and I am not an actuary. Get your tickets now to the best events in roller derby at WFTDA.com/tickets. And again, if you'd rather just watch it at home, watch passes are available at WFTDA.tv, and you can save 20% on the season combo pass using offer code WFTDA-ROBY-DOBY, ROBY-DOBY, because that's really what the sport's called. We all know that, right? Weary Bard 66 calling out the great job of protecting the down skater by the ref. I will agree that was an excellent dive across as the team was coming much closer than you might want. And we have got a coach assist off the track for that skater. I believe that's Jack's number 303. I didn't catch the number as she stood up, and now we're going to have an official review called by FOCO. FOCO, by the way, right now winning the suspenders game purely by default since they're the coaches that have suspenders, but they are lovely in the fact that the suspenders are matching the tape on the track. I'm not sure if that was on purpose, but it worked out well for them. Also like to thank Gold Medal Ideas. They are selling all of the JRDA merchandise for this event, and they offer customization of each and every item right here on site. Also offer other popular skating clothing. If you're in the Fort Collins area and you just happen to be watching on Twitch, or the Loveland area rather, because you didn't want to come in yet, but you're coming to the tournament later, head over to the Gold Medal Ideas booth, pick up some tournament merchandise and other skater clothes. They have been coming to JRDA Champs for years, and they are big fans of Junior Roller Derby. Four minutes, 45 seconds to go in this game. 218 to 104. FOCO in the lead. Winner moves on to play again tonight at 7 o'clock against Jacksonville. Jacksonville, your number 2 seed. The loser will play in the 9 a.m. game tomorrow. They will play against the loser of Game 7. Game 7 coming up at 3 p.m. on the other track. That is between the Seattle Derby Brats Galaxy Girls and the Rose City Rollers Rosebuds All-Stars, our 4 and 5 seed. Coming up at 3 p.m. on this track in the female division will be our number 3 seed Los Anarchists out of Los Angeles, California, against the Pile of Bones Misdemeanors from Regina, Saskatchewan. They are playing at 3 p.m. here on track number 2 in the female division. All right. FOCO had requested an official review, and they have also been denied. Therefore, they have used up their official review. No change to points or penalties. FOCO currently with their jammer in the penalty box. I'm assuming that's what they were requesting the review of. And now skaters being sent back to their benches and the head ref having a chat. Our head ref for this game, Admiral Mayhem. Believe earlier referenced as TBD because that's how it showed up on my sheet. We are waiting for the medics to return back into ready to observe the game mode as they are still attending to Jack's number 303.
All right, FOCO wanted a penalty removed. They lost the challenge, the call stands.
Looking at the team information provided, number 303, Jax, not aging out this year. And according to the fun fact sheet, Jax has been on skates since she was 3 years old. I think about the only thing I've been doing since I was 3 is breathing. Rocky Mountain also has several members of Team Colorado. Number 2, Catastrophic. Number 18, Nusi. 19, Tearing Around. Number 55, Poison Ivy. Number 90, Wee Bonnie Bruiser. And number 789, Hannibalic Rage, all playing for Team Colorado. All right, FOCO skaters returning to the track, but the official timeout continuing. Medics now heading back to their medic station.
All right, and we're back.
And we are ready to go. Banana Split Your Lip sitting in the penalty box. And number 13, Jawbreaker with the power start. Rocky Mountain lined up at the front. And Jawbreaker is through quickly, lead jammer. Rocky Mountain trailing 104 to 218, 4.5 minutes to go in the game. And Jawbreaker catching up to FOCO. FOCO doing a good job of keeping the pace moving forward until they absolutely have to stop now. Stopped and on lockdown mode. Wee Bonnie Bruiser moving in to provide some offense, trying to break up that tripod, but good holding on and then rolling to the front. Number 4, Mad Hattie, playing the final line of defense to slow things down until her teammates could rejoin. And rejoin they did with number 2003, Mad Splatter, teaming up at the front with number 8, A Breeze of Wind. Meanwhile, at the back of the pack, hey look, Banana Split Your Lip is out and also being held up and knocked out of bounds. Jawbreaker finally clears, collects 4 points. Banana Split Your Lip again, pushing to the front. Mad Madeline holding on as Jawbreaker jumps the corner. Picks up 4 points. As Banana Split Your Lip is clear. FOCO only 1 blocker on the track at the end of that jam. As they've got a full house and a foul out, it appears. Try and catch the number of the skater that fouled out as they roll on out. And we will take an official timeout while we wait. That was number 2003, Mad Splatter, picking up their 7th penalty. So FOCO will find a substitute to hang out in the penalty box at the start of this next jam. And they will roll out with Hippie as the jammer. And number 4, Mad Hattie, as the sole blocker on the track. Rocky Mountain with 1 blocker in the penalty box. Looks like we will see Reverse Chaology jamming for them, and 3 blockers up at the front having a conference. Skull Crusher for FOCO, chosen to replace Mad Splatter, and not in the penalty box, so the penalty clearly had expired. Either that or Mad Splatter was a must report, in which case we will see them skate off as soon as a spot opens up in the box. But right now we're seeing Reverse Chaology just run up the outside and grab lead jammer. That was quick. Hippie also clear. As Reverse Chaology, Mad Hattie trying to slow it down, grabs the points, calls off the jam. A 4-0 Rocky Mountain run, 116 to 218. Next up on the jammer line, number 71, Sunny Days for FOCO, and number 13, Jawbreaker, jamming for Rocky Mountain. Now both teams even with the micro pack 2-on-2. And Sunny Days is clear, is the lead jammer. Jam clock just under the period clock. We've got 1:54. It's about a 5-second difference. So minute 50 to go in the game, a minute 40-something to go in the jam. Oh, and a cut track penalty, so we will go that full 2 minutes, and we will have 5 seconds left at the end of this jam. We'll see if anyone calls a timeout to stretch it out, or if this will be the final jam of the game. Jawbreaker finally pushes clear, picks up 4 points. Again, as I mentioned in the first half, no jammer lap point anymore in the WFTDA rule set. So 4 points for the pass, whether the jammer is on the track or in the penalty box. Only one little chance you could get a 5. And that has not happened during this game. 4 more up for Jawbreaker as Sunny Days out of the penalty box and slides through the pack quickly for 4. Now down to 56 on the jam clock. Again, that 5-second difference, or the period clock rather, 5-second difference with the jam clock. Jam timer now at 40. As Sunny Days through with 4. Jawbreaker through with 4. Jawbreaker 1 lap ahead, a 12-8 lead on the jam at this point. Sunny Days, third 4-point jam, or 4-point pass through. And Jawbreaker hopping over the incoming hip check from 35, Skull Crusher. Taking her to 16 total, so 16 to 12 on the jam as we're down to 8 seconds to go in the jam. Jawbreaker breaks through. Sunny Days cuts the track right at the end. A 20-point jam, and Rocky Mountain does call off the call a timeout. We'll see if that was in time before the period clock ended. Coach was staring at the clock, so theoretically got it in time.
Amazing effort on both sides. Unofficial score 235 FOCO, 136 Rocky Mountain.
We will see. Refs and the timers are getting together to see, did that come in time? They only had 5 seconds between when the whistle blew and when the period clock would end.
Be sure to stick around because we will have Tampa going against Monty.
So there is much discussion going on. FOCO currently 235, Rocky Mountain 136 after that 20-point jam. FOCO is thanking people on the side. The Rocky Mountain coach still standing in the middle of the track as the refs and timers discuss. Now you may ask, why does Rocky Mountain want a timeout here? Well, rankings are based on point spread, and point differential matters. And if they could get another jam in and get some more points, shrink that point spread down, helps them in the rankings game. track repair team coming out. I have not heard the swoopy swoopy whistle yet, so I don't know that we're officially complete. The jam timer still indicating off camera that there is a timeout in play. We have 1 second now back on the period clock. And we're now to official timeout since we have gone past the 1 minute mark of what the timeout would have been. FOCO rolling back out, preparing for the game, or the final jam of the game. I will say with the delays, I'm guessing that our next game will start a little bit late. Coming up next on this track, shifting back to the open division, will be Tampa Bay versus Mob City. Tampa Bay, the number 3 seed. Mob City, the number 6. Tampa Bay out of course, Tampa, Florida. Mob City from Everett, Washington. So opposite corners of the continental United States coming together to meet. Not quite in the middle, but pretty close. All right, there's the swoop that puts us back in play. We will have one final jam, 1 second on the period clock. 2 minutes of jam time. Number 3, Banana Split Your Lip with the star for FOCO, and number 26. That is Reverse Chaology, who has been carrying a lot of the load for Rocky Mountain in this half. And out first is Banana Split Your Lip, who immediately calls off the jam. Wait, but she's not the lead jammer, apparently, because she had called for an illegal contact penalty. So we have a power jam and a low block, I believe, called on a blocker there, as Reverse Chaology still eligible for lead. Oh, yes, it's lead. I'm waiting for the referee is calling her back. Is she back? Yes, she is. So lead jammer for the final jam going to Reverse Chaology of Rocky Mountain. Rocky Mountain, as I mentioned earlier, incented to run this game long to pick up as many points as they can. Now moving forward on offense and doing a great job of sweeping the pack out of the way. Reverse Chaology through quickly. Banana Split Your Lip out of the penalty box and back in play. Still on an initial pass after that illegal contact penalty and upended on the outside. Beautifully timed hip check from the pivot, number 18, Nusi. And that will be the end of the game, as Reverse Chaology calls off the jam. No more points on that final pass. Our unofficial final, 235 for FOCO, 140 Rocky Mountain. With that win, FOCO moves on. They will play in the 7 o'clock game this evening against Jacksonville. And Rocky Mountain gets to come back first thing in the morning. They will play in our 9 o'clock game. I'm going to write it on my sheet right now. Rocky. They play the 9 o'clock game against the loser of Game 7. Game 7 coming up on this track, on track number 1 at 3 p.m. if you're following the female division. They will play next at 3 with 2 games. Coming up next on this track, we've got Tampa Bay and Mob City in the open division, the number 3 versus the number 6 seed. Over on track 1 at this time, you will see the Attack Pack, your number 4, take on Des Moines, the number 5. You are watching the 2019 JRDA Championships on the WFTDA's Twitch.tv channel. Thank you for tuning in. Stick around. More games coming up. We've got games running all the way till like 8:30 or 9 o'clock Mountain Time.